Hi guys, what's going on? This is Snapcraft and welcome to the series of StarCraft English commentary. I'm very happy to present to you my second favorite player of all time, Stork Sung Byung-gu. Sung Byung-gu, have to say his name correctly. I cannot dare to say it wrong. Even the accents have to be pitch perfect. He's going to be playing in the finals of his group in the ASS 20 Day 1 prelims. It's going to be group number 5 and he's going to be facing against a player called Reader Sky. Reader Sky is a relatively unknown player. I had to look him up. I had no idea who he is. But apparently he's Terran. And his Korean name is Kim Ho Seong. He's born in 1995. He's male because we have to be, aware that there are some female players playing in day 1 prelims as well. I believe one of them faced up against Jaedong, and the result was brutal for the girl, of course, not for the dong. He is always gonna qualify, as we just saw in his game against Nada. Anyways, Stork versus Reader Sky, and this guy also plays a lot on ladders. If you want to check him out, go ahead and do so. So let's see here. The map is Metropolis. Stork spawning at the bottom right. In the oh my god, the colors are similar again. Light blue color, and Reader Sky is spawning at the top bottom left in dark blue color. That SV glitch is gonna cost Reader Sky a lot, and we're gonna be having 2 Zealot opening. This is interesting. Why does he know that the enemy is gonna be going for quick expansion? Stork is gonna try to come out here. And this is not really what you want to do. The enemy is not gonna be going for 12 Nexus, and his double Zealot will not help much. I think a bunker will come up. I'm not so sure. I'm quite sure a bunker will come up. But anyways, for now we only have 2 Marines. Not quite enough, but maybe with the right maneuver, he might be able to actually attack here. 1 Marine is going way too far. He takes 2 hits. 1 more hit, he will be gone. 1 more hit will be gone, and that Marine is once again outside the SV. Cannot complete the job. Pull the Marine back. Nicely done. The probe need to attack with range. No, not able to attack with range. The third Marine will pop, but with the second Zealot will join the battle as well. He need to go for the weak Marine. The weak Marine is right there. The weak Marine outside is getting sniped, and now Reader Sky is completely surrounded. He tried to go for too quick of an expansion, and his, it has come back and bit him in the balls, right? Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all, and we are going to be seeing SV's trying very, very hard to get maneuver hit. His command center is very delayed. Very, very delayed. But now we'll have a bunker because we need to have support against the Dragoons. That command center is so late. I believe like 4 SCV was sniped during this entire time, and the Zealot gets on the high ground. Reader Sky could have microed that Marine a little bit better, I believe. But now that Dragoon's gonna walk right through, and that no Marines cannot get inside the bunker. He cannot get inside the bunker. The Dragoon will try to stop it, but now Dragoon's gonna get forced back, and the game will go on. So that was insane. That was quite bad from Reader Sky. Alright, anyways, what are we seeing now on the battlefield? Sorry, once again, I'm busy doing other thing, writing up the metadata for the previous video, but looks like Stork is going to expand. It's a good idea because he's got the enemy completely contained. Behind this, we're going to be having double factory, but I believe even with double factory, the economic damage that Stork has done to Reader Sky in the previous engagement, which is too much. So Reader Sky's tanks will be delayed, his vultures will be delayed, and the factories themselves are delayed. So I think Stork will have enough just to hold when he have his triple nexus here. I think it's completely fine for him. Alright, it looks like Dragoon range is done, so it is going to be no moment for the SCVs to get to work. They need to repair that bunker. More Dragoons will be coming from the backside. Entry will be coming up because, of course, Reader Sky is respecting Stork. Stork is a veteran in StarCraft. So he's suspecting that we might have something like Reavers and Shadow. But unfortunately, Stork is not going to be going for Reavers and Shadow just yet. He's going to expand first. to make sure that he's got enough to he's got a nice economy to lead himself into the late game. Yeah, actually on this map, if you look at the spawning position, it is going to favor Reader Sky with drop, but Reader Sky is actually not going for drop. He's going to be going for just very standard, safe, sit behind my bunker, upgrade and update kind of build. Alright, turret's gonna get destroyed because maybe I think now Reader Sky has understand the situation. He knows what Stock has gone for. Nice tank shot, and that is a sign for the Dragoons to retreat. Stock 3 base economy is looking very good. Observatory coming up. Wow, nice read on the game. I mean, he could have, he could have been facing some dropship play from Reader Sky, but he has read it correctly. I don't know if he was lucky or he actually knows exactly what enemy is doing. But now we are seeing Reader Sky just sitting at home here with his useless turrets. Alright, looks like the double factory will start to pump a lot of forces. And with that, we are seeing the vultures moving out. Stork is going to be super careful. He's got his walls of dragoons, a huge wall, but there's still a hole. I think there's a hole here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Looks like these vultures are trying to glitch themselves on the high ground. But everything is got completely covered, and Stork is gonna go back down here. Observer coming out, and he's gonna be following out this up with a Reaver, I believe. No, he's just making observers and massive gateways. Okay, this is like Reach style of play here. The old days before the Gosus, when we used to just go for massive Zealot and Dragoons and nothing else. So I guess we have to go and build observers. That is always something useful to have. Alright, we are finally going to be having the robotic support bay now after several observers are made. I guess Stork was feeling very confident that he's got enough dragoons on the ground, that he doesn't need to be going for fast reavers. And actually more observers help because you can use one to scout the Terran main base. You can use another to clear mines in the middle of the map, and try to set up a new base. Vulture's gonna try to run into here into the mains, and they will have some opening. No, they don't have any opening. No, they will have some opening. They go inside, but only one vulture makes it through, and Stork maybe has got enough. And Probe's gonna have to run away here, and they will start to surround the vulture. Nicely done. We are seeing the dragoons finally get on the high ground. Not a single probe were killed. That is unfortunate. Very unfortunate supply-wise. Stork 114 Reader Sky with 90 supply. This single vulture will finally fall, and the game will go on from here. Stork getting ready to expand towards the top right. He's got some dragoons in position to clear the mines, and as for Reader Sky, he's also expanding. His goal will be the 6 o'clock base, which is really close towards the Protoss side. So I'm not so sure how he planned to hold it, but let's keep that in mind. So anyways, I think it is going to be the moment for me to start to thank my fans again. These guys have been supporting me in the last 30 days, and they have been very kind and gentle with me. Mr. Sea Goblin, thank you for your support. And let me change your photos slightly here. I'm just gonna change the blending mode to screen so we can see the battles behind your nice beautiful nipples. And another person I'd like to thank is Mr. Wang. Thank you very much for your support in the last 30 days. For the rest of you, you can, if you appreciate these casts, join me, the host of the GOAT for customized avatar photo creation, as well as personalized shout out and reply to your comments on my YouTube channel. As you know, I don't reply to your comments usually. Unless if you bought me coffee, I will reply. So that is gonna be the I guess my promise, my perk to you. And also if I release early a guarantee to be epic videos of games that I handpicked for you, then those will have no ads, and they will be released early for those who have supported me in the last 20 days. And you can do all of that by just sending me money through my Zelle account. I also have a Revolut account. I guess I will need to write it in the video description at some point in the future. I don't write it yet, but eventually I will write it. So if you live in the UK or the Europe and you have a Revolut account, feel free to send me Revolut money and let us revolutionize whatever StarCraft together. This guy is having a nice hold. He's expanding nicely, and he's got his third base secure. But Protoss is gonna have a timing attack here. Zelov Idlek has completed. I don't think Stalk doesn't have much supply advantage compared to Reader's guy. And look at his very, very low APM. 220 APM. That is my APM, guys. Stalky boy will attempt to bust with a 200. And look at those vultures just running through. Dragoon's gonna plow through. And where is the Shadow? It's not getting involved at all. Zealots are coming through. The tanks have unsieged. The Shadow will land here. But the Shadow is within reach of the turret. No longer in reach of the turret. They will attack that tank. The Reaver need to go, and that is going to be a dud. He gets some tank, but not all. This other Shadow is going to get destroyed. But nice hits on the SCV. Completely busted. The Goliaths get sniped. There's going to be some tanks on the high ground, possibly, but no, looks like, I guess this base is going to get safe here. Behind the Stalk has double expand. Keep that in mind. Nice attack. The Reaver will hide behind this. Dragoon's gonna retreat here. I feel like it's going to be better for Stalk to keep a couple of Dragoons together with the Reaver to support it. But anyhow, Probes is gonna get transferred towards a new base. Stalk is coming up with very, very much a lot of, units. Nice Reaver shot on those SCV. Once again, the tanks are busy attacking the Dragoons, so he cannot attack the Reaver. The Reaver is hiding all the way in the backside, and the tank will need to unseat and go down sound supply-wise. Stalk 137 supply, Reader's guy 98. Keep in mind that Stalk is leading 1-0. So one more game and Stalk will be able to just get out of this group alive. This Reaver is going to try to hide as much as possible. Look at how far away it's hiding. So cute. So cute. But now 6 Zealot, 2 High Templars, and a brand new Shadow in the sky are gonna be coming too. +1 weapons on the tanks, but it's useless, it's meaningless, it's futile. This is gonna be the final battle of the game. Stocky boy coming through, plowing and destroying everything. SCV is getting sniped. Red, left, and right, and another storm. No, we don't see it. I'm not so sure exactly why that High Templar doesn't have energy. But anyway, Zealots have breached the supply depot. And great splash damage on the Vulture. Dragoons are clearing the paths. 2 more tanks coming from the low ground. But a lot of Dragoons are going to this plug. But more tanks and more Dragoons. Who will get the high ground advantage? I guess the tanks will be more powerful. Yes, indeed. Stalk's going to get pushed back. He gets a few more tanks, but that's it. And it looks like this base gets saved, but Stalk with his 5 base economy is looking very strong. So many burning buildings everywhere. But I'm still gonna give the advantage to Stalk. Probe's gonna be super careful. Vultures running towards the top right. We need to have the Zealot kind of support here. The cannons are not able to cover. 1 cannon only. The other 2 cannons not yet completed. But the probes are gonna be running over here. Some Vultures gonna try to get on the high ground, but there's already a cannon on the high ground. What is this? Do we have some Zealot bombing? He's bombing some stuff, but that Shadow is so red. It's so red, it's redder than my grandmom's face when she drank alcohol in the old days when she was still alive. Yeah, these probes will have to go inside the main base, and Stalk is a little bit slow to saturate his bases, to be honest. But I forgive him. He is my dear Stalk. He can be slow as long as he wins the games. Nobody cares. Because Stalk is a smart player. He's not a fast player, but he's a smart ass. He is very, very meticulous, and he's very calculative and manipulative. Anyways, what are we seeing now? Stalk 151 supply. He's not leading by that many supply, but he's leading, so that's good. And clearing out the tank count is always a good idea. Fighting 150 supply versus 120 is a lot easier than fighting 200 supply versus 170. 30 supply differential is like twice as more difficult when the enemy has got more supply. When the Terran players got more supply. Anyway, Stalk is looking to expand once again. I think during this time he could have expanded a long time ago. But now he will expand. And the game will go on from here. And we have a drop. We have a drop incoming. Of course, to go towards Stalk's top right base, you need to go to this area. We have an observer. But I don't think Stalk will even see that dropship when it comes. He's not looking at that area of the map. Maybe he will see. Let's see how fast he reacts. No, he doesn't even see the dropship. But he will see it with the probe, because the probe will expand here. But there's a tank. Okay, we have some Dragoons waiting. No, those are just rallying point here. The dropship goes right through, and Stalk is not seeing it. He's gonna drop a Vulture, and this base has been denied. Where's his dropship going? The 3 o'clock position. Nice idea, because that base doesn't have cannon. Does it have cannons? Does it have cannon? Where's his dropship going? He's gonna drop behind us, but we have some Zealot to block here as well as the Dragoons. So this Shadow is gonna get pushed back. He would try to go inside this way, but there's a cannon. I'm not so sure if it will cover entirely for those entire areas or not. I guess it does, but there still might be an opening. But there's so many shadows. There are so many shadows that they will go walk there easily, and the Zealot also coming through as well. So that tank will fall. But before that, the tank is taking a lot of hits on those probes. Nicely done. This drop is finally cleared up. The stock is not leading by much supply. 193 compared to 160. Finally, stock will expand at this 12 o'clock positions. And that vulture is being very, very annoying. Anyways, we're going to be looking forward to a nice, huge fight soon. Because maxed out Protoss army versus almost maxed out mine explosion almost maxed out Terran army, and Stork is making sure the enemy could not expand. 5 shadows, that's a lot of supply. Let's imagine each of those units is 1 supply, right? So 25 supply plus the 5 shadow is 30 supply, which means the rest of the army is not that high. It's not that large, so we shall see. Have we ever seen like a 10 supply battle? 10 shadow supply battle. Anyways, the Zealots are coming through. Nice mind dragging. He need to drop. There's a lot of Goliaths, but the Zealots are dropping everywhere. And nicely done. Where the High Templars? I'm not seeing it. High Templars are drop here. 1 storm, 2 storm, 3 storm. No, the tanks are still alive, and that was a botch operation. Just like when you had sex change in Thailand, and you came back with 1 additional penis. Anyways, probes getting destroyed here, and Stork is looking like he is falling apart. I don't know, he's lost a lot of supply, and Reader Sky is now on the move with his +2 weapons and +1 tanks. Is this gonna be the day that Reader Sky qualify for the ASL for the first time in his life? I've never seen Reader Sky qualified for the ASL, but he is looking like he's very close to qualifying. Nice battle in the center of the map. Let me just quickly check who Reader Sky defeated before he actually get to Stork here. He defeated JYJ. This kid defeated JYJ. Wow. And a bunch of other players whose name I don't recognize. I guess at some point we will see Terror, because he's the most popular streamer on Africa TV. We might see Terror. The game being cast, it might be the same finals or some groups, maybe tomorrow. Anyways, more shadows are gonna load up stuff here, and Dragoons are getting shredded to pieces. Those Zealots are trying to come through. He would drop these more Zealot, and nice. We might have a Mind Drag at some point in the future. There is going to be a Mind Drag. Nice Mind Explosion to kill somebody force it. There's gonna be a storm. He is storming this incoming tank. Dragoons are clearing out the tanks on the left side and storming the units on the right side. He is storming those units together. Not really what you want to have, but those High Templars are gonna get loaded up. For an engagement. Stork is in a crunch here. He needs to clear out as many forces as possible. He's gonna he's loading up his Dragoons. Of course, he's an old dinosaur, so please excuse him if he's a little bit slow in his APM. But anyways, his base at the 12 o'clock position is not allowed to mine. Vulture's gonna come through. There's a cannon though that will cover for a bit. And the shadows are waiting for the right moment. The next wave of Dragoon is here. Those tanks are gonna get repaired. We don't have any turrets, we don't have any Goliaths. These drops will be very, very effective. And Stork is looking for an angle to drop here. And Reader Sky is repositioning his tank. Excuse me, we have a Dark Templar. Be careful, there's so many mines. And a scan. Zealot's gonna plow through, and he will drop what he was dropping. And oh, he's not dropping anything at all. The shadows get sniped. I'm not so sure what was in the shadow. But now these tanks are inching forward, and Stork's new base at 12 o'clock position being sniped. Stork with 1,000 minerals. Has got to be super careful. He's gonna drop a Dark Templar. He's gonna drop a Dark Templar to drive them into the tank. Nicely done. He will drop a Zealot because we don't have science vessels. I don't see any science vessels anywhere. So that's the problem. We're gonna be having a scan. No, the High Templar gets sniped right away. It's gonna be more attacks. Zealot need to plow through. There's even a Reaver. The shadow is not being used. And finally, Zealots are gonna try to drag those mines into the fang. We have a Dark Templar. No, the Dark Templar gets sniped. We're gonna be having a storm. He doesn't have enough energy. Those Hydras don't have energy. Stork, do your calculations, man. He's gonna be able to destroy 1 tank, and he has to back up. The Reaver is gonna take a shot. Come on, stop your Reaver. Stop your Reaver and load up the Scarab. He's gonna be able to cast a single Reaver shot only on the Goliath. Not bad. And then he's gonna fall. But keep in mind, Reader Sky has got a brand new base. We have a Dark Templar here waiting. And we gotta see the next part of the game here. The good thing though for Stork is that he's not losing any base. Good storm! That was a good storm to damage 4 units. Well, I guess not 4 tanks, but 4 units. Anyways, now those tanks are all gone, and this choke right outside of Stork's expansion has been cleared out. Great storm to get the last tank, and Dark Templar clearing out a lot of SCVs. Nicely done, and I guess this base is gonna get safe here at the last bit. I think Stork can start to think about Storm Drop because the enemy has got very few SCVs, like very few mines, very few, excuse me, bases. So anyway, Stork is gonna come out here, and Reader's guy was about to win this game, but now he's back on the back foot. So we shall see here where there's gonna be a lot of mines, but Zealot walk right past the mines without triggering them. Nicely done. The bad thing for Stork is that he doesn't have another expansion, and SCV is gonna get evacuate. We're gonna be having Stork looking for for Shadow Drop at some point, I believe. This Command Center is gonna burn down unless we just gotta decide to lift it. He's not lifting his Command Center. I think he finally lifted his Command Center, so that's good. Anyways, this Dark Templar comes out and clear the last unit. There's gonna be some nice attack, and looks like this guy will scan. He will see it. There's going to be another storm. He should have just waited for the tank to deploy itself before he storms here. Zealot walking to the minefield is not a good idea. They will fall very, very quickly. There's going to be a reinforcement from the high ground, and there's going to be a lot of beautiful storm on those tanks. Stork is not paying attention. He stormed those remaining damaged tanks, and he cleared this hold. And Reader's guy is GG. Stalking Boy has qualified for round of 24. Thanks for watching, and buy me coffee if you enjoy Stalk or me. See you soon. Bye-bye.